Straight out of NASA's Fakery bakery, they've cooked up some more lies to tell us about the International Space Station. First of all, I'd like to know, when are they going to get their story straight? Because it's always stars, and then no stars, and then stars again. And every spacewalk looks like this. It's a big black expanse with no stars at all. And they always say, oh, it's because of exposure. Well, how's this for exposure? Watch his wrist. Ouch, that's a big old black screen fail. Let's watch it again. If you actually analyze this stuff, you see stuff like this all the time. And if you think that's bad, look at this live footage right here of the clouds just shifting. Oh, wow. Yeah, that happens in reality. You always got that dude who says, I seen it with my naked eye.
I know from experience, dude. You know what I mean? No, you don't.
He says,
Well, not me personally, but a guy I know.
and he says he's got his friend with the telescope, and they tracked it on the tracker, and they watched it go across the moon, and you're like,
Oh, they didn't?
and he's like,
No, they didn't. But you can imagine what it'd be like if they did, right? Huh?
it's okay, buddy. It's okay to wake up from this nightmare. I mean, they expect you to believe some really crazy stuff. Like, this thing is flying around the Earth at 5 miles per second, and there's people just hanging around on the outside of it, tinkering around with stuff, not really doing nothing. And you never see any other satellites flying around it or any kind of debris. You realize that going at that speed, which you couldn't achieve that speed anyway. Let's say there was outer space and you came through orbit, like, even with just little boosters or whatever that thing has that couldn't fire in a vacuum anyway, you couldn't achieve 5 miles per second in that structure. And even if you could, and something else was coming contrary to you, the opposite direction, at the same speed or any speed, or just sitting still, if you were to hit anything at 5 miles per second, you would be evaporated. But they lied to you about everything. Look at the shape of this Earth right here. See how it's wobbly? The curve is like wobbled. You'll probably say, oh, because it's a oblate spheroid, that's why. But look, Neil deGrasse Tyson, or Shill deGrasse Lyson, contradicts himself all the time. Because look at this perfect sphere. This is claiming to be an actual photo from space. And all of them are perfect spheres. This dude and NASA, they treat you like you are stupid constantly. He contradicts himself more than anyone I know. I watched an interview and he was saying, you know, if you were on the moon and looked at the Earth would be 16 times the size that the moon is from Earth. The Earth from the moon is 16 times. Does this look 16 times the size of the moon from Earth? No, it does not. And you know what's even stupider? Jupiter. So this is a picture from 2014 of Jupiter, right? Look at it. It's nice. Then NASA puts this one out in 2016, a picture of Jupiter with an aurora on it. Northern Lights. The big issue here, though, is when you compare the two. So look at all the spots, the storm, every little detail of these two photos taken 2 years apart from each other, and notice that they're the same freaking photo. Once the Hubble found out it was in trouble, it had to release this, a composite image created by combining a 2014 optical image taken by the Hubble Space Telescope and ultraviolet observations of its auroras in 2016. So it's trying to tell you now, once we caught on, we caught this, and now they're saying this. But here's the thing. Why would you even have to combine a 2014 image with a 2016? If you've got the Hubble telescope on the planet and you're seeing this aurora, just take the picture and leave it at that. You don't have to take the picture and then go grab a 2014 version of it and then composite them together and Photoshop them. It makes zero sense. If you got a photo and the aurora is that clear, then the rest of the planet was that clear. You're lying.